Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In his first address for April, Captain Ibrahim Traore stated that enemies of the state are gathering at a lagoon to plan a major attack on Burkina Faso. The exact location of these enemies is unclear, especially since Burkina Faso is a landlocked country with no direct access to a lagoon. The nearest lagoon is the Ebri Lagoon in Côte d'Ivoire, near Abidjan. If this is the location Traore is referring to, it could suggest that these enemies are being harbored in Ivory Coast. Traore's remarks follow the circulation of disturbing videos on social media, allegedly filmed in Burkina Faso, showing people being forcibly taken to undisclosed locations, where reports suggest they were unalived. The footage includes scenes of armed individuals escorting civilians, among them the elderly and children, who appear to be struggling and under threat. These incidents have sparked allegations that the Burkinabe government may be involved. These accusations are clearly meant to damage the reputation of Burkina Faso's president, Ibrahim Traore, but the truth is finally coming to light. Be sure to like and share this video widely so that more people can hear this message and stand behind our strong African leader who is giving new hope to the continent. Lately, there has been growing unrest fueled by certain manipulative individuals in Burkina Faso, pushing citizens to call for a return to democratic governance. However, we know that so-called democracy has often enabled corrupt leaders to serve their own interests and align with foreign powers. In contrast, Traore represents a new style of leadership, one that challenges these old systems and threatens those who once held power. Because of this, efforts to discredit and remove him are intensifying. Recently, a group posing as Fulani tribespeople has reportedly been recruited and is being used by pro-Western media to spread narratives against Traore. These outlets have accused the military of targeting the Fulani community. To clear up the confusion, we need to understand who this group really is. That's why it's important to like and share this video so more people are informed. This group, while pretending to be Fulani herders in the forest, has also been carrying out attacks on civilians. And whenever the Burkina Faso army responds and defeats them, biased media quickly spins the story to paint the government as abusive toward innocent citizens. A report by the official survivor media claims that this group is being well funded by enemies of Traore, giving them enough resources to operate comfortably in the bush. The media has also played a role in misleading some Fulani individuals, especially those unaware of the full picture, into believing that the government is targeting them. A similar situation has been unfolding in Nigeria, where attackers have reportedly been secretly transported into forests using trucks. In one incident, a group was caught boarding a truck without knowing their destination. When questioned, they said they were simply following orders from their leader, who instructed them to head to the forest and wait for further directions. They were also found with locally made weapons from Nigeria. While Nigeria has struggled to contain such groups and stop the violence against civilians, President Traore has made it clear that he will not tolerate this kind of activity in Burkina Faso. In his recent speech earlier this month, President Traore reminded both security forces and citizens that the enemy remains active. He commended the military for their commendable efforts and achievements so far. He shared that the army has successfully reclaimed territories that had been under terrorist control for more than 5 years. However, he emphasized the need for continued vigilance, warning that the enemy is cunning and often strikes when things appear calm and people have lowered their guard. The young president also called on all citizens to work diligently so that by the end of 2025, Burkina Faso can be filled with success in every sector. He concluded by urging everyone to stay alert, as the nation's enemies are far from idle. Traore stated, "I urge everyone to return home, because now more than ever, the enemy, this stateless threat to our nation, is very active, particularly around the lagoon area. They've been gathered there for days. Their aim is to plunge Burkina Faso into a repeat of the events of 1987, forgetting that the situation is different now. We are ready for war. We are prepared for them, and let me be clear. We will show no mercy." So far, their tactics have been limited to spreading misinformation and manipulating the public. It's important that we all stay focused and calm, keeping our mission in sight without being distracted. These are strong and impactful statements. Traore, though young, is not easily intimidated and remains unfazed by threats. He consistently stays ahead of his opponents. He expressed his distrust in democracy and freedom of speech, arguing that these principles are often exploited by imperialist allies to spread misinformation and undermine his leadership. He questioned the effectiveness of democracy by challenging its supporters to name a single country that has truly progressed under such a system. In his view, democracy is a fantasy that can never be realized. Traore asserts that Burkina Faso's governance is based on revolution, not democratic ideals. Therefore, he does not tolerate baseless criticism of the government under the pretext of free speech. Those who do so are often detained and, in many cases, sent to the front lines to witness the realities on the ground. In his opinion, a country that allows unrestricted speech without accountability descends into chaos. He believes discipline is essential for national advancement. He stated the following: "Recently, some traitors were apprehended. These individuals still live among us and act as agents for the embassies of imperialist nations. We must all stay alert, as our revolution has many enemies. These people are merely servants, ready to follow orders from their foreign masters in an attempt to sabotage our progress. But they fail to realize that we are fully prepared. Our revolution will move forward, and we will continue to build our country, improving infrastructure, healthcare, education, and more, regardless of the enemy's schemes. We are determined to transform Burkina Faso and make it a beacon for all to see." This is the kind of speech you'd expect from a true leader, someone who backs their words with action. To the people of Ivory Coast, if Traore was indeed referring to the Ebri Lagoon, it's time to urge your government to stop offering support to those working against his leadership. This isn't the first time Ivory Coast has faced such allegations, and it needs to come to an end. For Africa to progress, its nations must stand together in unity. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below, like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more insightful content from around the world. See you in the next one.